Hello, everybody. Hello. If you're coming in, we're talking about Instagram SEO today. Instagram SEO. And that is what we're talking about. So while we're waiting for some people to come in on the room, we wanted to make sure that you can hear and see me. I think you can. I think you can. And I'm grateful that you're going to be here and talking about this important. We're talking about this important topic, and I think that a lot of stuff is going to shift, but some things are going to remain the same. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Instagram SEO, search engine optimization. So that's what we're here today. We're going to be on here for about 30, 40 minutes, 30, 45 minutes. So that's about all. And then we'll go from there. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Chip Dizard. If you're here, if you don't know me, if you do know me, I'm a content creator and photographer, videographer. Wouldn't say SEO expert, but I know enough to get found. Uh, uh, you know, but enough to help you, and it's helped my business. And I think with this latest update on July 10th with Instagram SEO, it's been on the way, but now it's coming, and now it's here. I think it's a welcome for all of us. So I am grateful if you're here in the chat room. You can say something if you're here. Okay. Nope, I can't see you. That's fine. I can just see your chat. So that's not a problem if you're here, Katara. So you can leave your I can see your comments though. So you can leave your comments in the chat room. And this will be recorded. So if you have to go out on and off, so you can go ahead and log off and things like that. But you can leave your comments and stuff in the chat room if you have to leave or if you want to leave. But I am here. So I'm here. I want to make sure you can see me and you can hear me well. I'm here in the office today. Have a good Friday, July 11th, and just want to talk about Instagram SEO. So for the people that's here and the people that's not, we'll get started in about 2 to 3 minutes. We're gonna start early. Um, if you're here and in the chat, just put your name, your name, where you're from, and what you do. If you're a photographer, if you're a content creator, if you're a planner, event planner. Um, I see a ton of images, so that's fine. I just want to make sure everybody can see me and can hear me before we get started. This is a real important conversation, and I think that um, you're going to be very, very um, grateful that we sent this out. So let me just send a message out on my group, and then we'll go from there. And I'm live. So if you're here, you can see me. I'm just sending a message out on my group on Facebook.com. And I'm on YouTube, I want to say. Chip Dizard Studios. So if you're here, just 1 second. I just want to make sure that people get this before I start. I want to make sure you can see me and hear me and all the good stuff because I have to test this myself. I see that I am live somewhere here. Yep, yep, yep. I see some people in the chat. Okay. Anyway, so thank you for coming, everybody who's here, and the people that are watching this a little bit later. Hey, Vincent, what's up, man? Thank you. Send this to some of your photographer friends, Vincent, on Facebook. Send them an inbox, Eton Qatar. So if it's just three or four, that's totally fine too. So what we're going to do, we're going to get into Instagram SEO. Yesterday, what has happened is that we have an update that's been in the making. Okay, so it's been in the making for a while. with Instagram um, putting more priority in search. Already, when you search in Google, you'll see some reels come up. You'll automatically see it come up. But now is more priority involved in search engine optimization. So, without getting too technical about search engine optimization, it's just the way people you get found by your products and services. So, and it's a way that we can, as creators and just content creators, or photographers, videographers, whatever you do, um, people can find us and book us. I get a lot of my bookings now this way. I do run some ads on Instagram, not really much on Facebook. I don't run Google ads, but I have run ads. But by and large, if it's not referrals, if it's not current clients or past clients, search engine optimization is by far one of the ways that I get a lot of business. Okay, a lot of business. Now, this is not a search engine optimization course. I don't even think I'm qualified to teach that, but I know enough to help you get from level one to at least level two. Okay. And then tutorials out there on YouTube. There are people that's much more qualified than me, but I know enough because I actually have receipts of what has happened and that. So those of you who have known me. All right. So I'm glad. Hey, 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 loving these new features. Hey, Mina. Good, good, good. So if you're here, make sure that I can hear you, and I can at least you can hear me. I'm glad you can hear me, Mina, but you can at least see this, and you can see me, and go from there. So, oh, okay, you can hear me. Okay, somebody say yes, I can hear you. All right, good, 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 good. All right. So what we're going to do today is talk about the new Instagram features. I don't have a PowerPoint or Canva. I have a couple screenshots. What we can do and um, how you can benefit from this. All right. So it's about 1:30 Eastern, 1:28 Eastern, and I want you to benefit from this. I want to make sure that you can benefit with the features on Instagram. So long gone are the days when we just post the picture, add some music, and or before music was even on Instagram and go. It has changed. The head of Instagram, Adam Masuri, I saw an interview with a guy named Brock Johnson, who I follow, and you should follow him too. And I'll drop a link to him. But he had an interview, a podcast with him, and he said pretty much that hashtags, and I still use them, I'm going to stop using them, are not the best way to be found. Remember back in the day, we used to use hashtags, and people used to put 50,000 hashtags in there. Some people still do, but they don't anymore. What he's saying now is that what's happening is that content that is relevant to the user. It doesn't matter with your followers. If you're just starting a new Instagram account, let's just say how to go from 0 to 100. The first thing I would do, I would go into Chat GPT. I would know my target market. So, for instance, let me just tell you about me. So, for me, my market right now, I'm in the Washington, D.C. area. I do headshots, branding, and event videography. I haven't really started optimizing for event and videography like I should, but that's on the list. But my bread and butter right now is event photography. That's just by and large, that's just what I get, okay? And that's fine. The second thing is headshots. So I get those from time to time. Not as much of videography. And now what's probably going to pass headshots is videography. So it's three things. So those three things. And I do some social events, a few vow renewals, not to be weddings anymore. Those three things. So if I was starting, like if my account got wiped out today, I wouldn't, cry boo boo. I would be upset, but who cares? I would start from over and I would focus on those three things and create content in those three buckets that I already know I have on my website. So that's the first thing. I want to make sure that you all have a website that is very robust and it can convert. What I mean by robust, I'm talking about not in the design. I'm talking about that people can find what they need quickly. It's mobile friendly and all that stuff. All right, so we're not talking about websites. We're talking about Instagram. So again, if I'm starting from Instagram from scratch, I would look at my event photography business. I would do a reel, or I would do an educational post, a carousel. All right. I would do those things. 5 things you should know about hiring an event photographer. 10 branding photography tips that you should know. And then I will put a carousel slide and put each of those pictures and some good text and then have a great caption with it. So the first thing I want you to know is that hey Katrina, is that you need to have a good caption. First things first, captions matter. Hashtags is what this is not from Chip. This is from the head of Instagram. Okay, you can Google this. You can quote me on this. I can send you. It's not coming from me. Captions matter. And we're like, well, and I'm not talking about going to ChatGPT and getting a caption. You can start there, but that's not the end. So when you said captions matter, let's look at one of my captions I just did for one of my posts. And let me just show you what we did right here with Instagram. So if I go on one of my posts, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to try to share my screen. Let's see. All right, so my screen is right here, and if I go up, you can't really see. Let's see if I can go up. Okay, I think you can go up and see my screen here. Nope, 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 nope. Let's go right here. Okay, right here. So we look at my screen, and what you'll notice in this latest post, this is an SEO optimized post. And what this is saying is that I am helping, let's zoom in here. Your headshot is your first impression. Make it count. So, in the first 5 sentences, I say what this post is about. Okay. I don't get to it later on in the caption. I get to it in the first portion of the caption. All right. I just want to make sure that you all got that. I get that in the first portion of the caption. All right, Vince. All right. So, the first thing I do is make sure that's in there. So the first note you want to write is whatever you're doing. If I'm Katrina, I'm doing boudoir. I'm talking about boudoir in the first sentence of the caption. All right. So Instagram, the algorithm knows what it is. Then in the second paragraph, I tell what I do. I help professionals show up with confidence, credibility, and style. Okay. So if I'm a boudoir photographer, I help women, okay, show up with confidence, and they don't need credibility, with confidence, and then you have some other words that you can put with that. You can go look at ChatGPT, do whatever, send it in Finder, but you need a sentence there, secondarily, to support that first sentence, okay? I'm just talking about how to write an effective caption here for SEO. All right. Hopefully this works. And then I put here whether you're updating your LinkedIn or refreshing your company team page. So this is specifically for business people. So even though I'm on Instagram, I'm talking about LinkedIn. Of course, I posted this on LinkedIn, but I want people to know that I know that people don't get really headshots for Instagram. They want them for their LinkedIn page, okay, or their email signature. All right. And then I said, corporate doesn't have to be boring. Let's make your next headshot the best one. And then I have some hashtags. You really don't need hashtags, honestly. I put those for vanity and just for kicks and giggles. So my next post, you'll see, I probably won't have any hashtags or very few. Okay. You don't need them. And that's from Adam Masseri. All right. You don't need that. Hey, Abnet. Okay. Share this with some people, Abnet, and that need to see this. So I want to make sure that you share this with people that need to see this. Okay. All righty. All righty. So I hope this helps. All right. Then I have my client, my follow, and then some other people and stuff like that. All right. So that is that right now. So that's how I wrote that. Then, all right. So the first thing I want to make sure if you have questions, leave this in the chat, please. I can't see you, but I want you to leave this in the chat so I can help you out. You have to get a good caption. In the first sentence, if I'm Avnet, if I'm somebody, I work with colleges and universities across the country, across the state of Maryland to help them capture events. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? Is what you do. Okay? And what is this about? So when the algorithm comes and scans the content And this is not me saying, this is what the head of Instagram says. All right. All right. That's the first thing. All right. So I want to make sure. Hey, Myra. Hey, Myra. Okay. Remember, so if you're just getting here, you can just chat in so I can know. And if you need help with the content, we can brainstorm this together and we can definitely do this. All right. So you saw that. I just want to make sure you saw that. So the second thing I want to make sure you know is that um, when we have our phone, have our Instagram, I want to make sure it's already checked. You have a professional or creative Instagram, not a personal Instagram. This stuff does not work for personal accounts, private accounts, anything like that. If you have a personal account, this is not for you. This is not the stream for you. This is for people that have a business or are starting a business. Okay, Myra, if you're just starting out, an Instagram page for your photography business, you do that. Okay. The second thing I want you to look at is I want you to look at what I have here on my screen here. You say, "Yep, what's a good strategy? Come capture and speak to content you're posting." I'll get to that. Hey, Tasha. Hey, everybody. Okay, I'm going to get to that question in a second. I'm going to get to that question in a second. So this is a screenshot um, that we have from that is already in our Instagram. And if you go under account privacy, make sure this is toggled. So if you have your phone, make sure this is toggled. Now, make sure you have a public account. Of course, you have a public account, and make sure you allow public photos and videos to appear in search engine results. This is already usually toggled, but if it's not, and again, you have to have an account that has pardon me, you have to have an account that has a creator or professional account. All right. Vince, I got you with your question. I see it. I see it here. All right. So I want to make sure that you have that. All right. The second thing that you'll notice that Instagram has stolen some things from TikTok because you see on my page when you see some stuff, right? So let's close this one real quick. All righty. Let's close this one. And this thing right here, if you notice this, whenever you do a post, it'll have a thing right here that says search corporate headshot photography tips. If you're on TikTok, anything that it thinks that if it's a person or something, it always highlights it. Instagram is stealing things from TikTok, of course, but this is all in the search engine algorithm. Another thing I want to make sure you say when you're saying and put your caption up there, once you go to the comments, if it's about a certain thing, it knows this post of mine is about headshots. So the second thing is it's going to know it's about headshots. It's going to see in the comments that it's about headshots. Okay. And then I can click on this. Of course, this is just a screenshot. And you can go further deeper. You see that all over in people's posts anyway, right? So this is nothing new. You see it in other people's posts. It's nothing new. But when you're talking about that, it's going to be more prominent. Another thing, okay, so first thing I want to say is your caption. That's the first thing. In no particular order, but I'm just going through caption first. All right, Tasha? Going through caption. The second thing I'm going through is when you go to caption, the comments. And then that's how we see what other people are saying and other things. I'm not talking about, the whole DM mini chat thing, comment like or comment brand if you want that. That's something totally different. Okay. I'm talking about getting found organically with the search engine. Not only in Google, but in Instagram. So it knows what you do. The second thing is that a lot of you already have it. I didn't even have it. I changed it on my Instagram just not too long ago. On your title, not your username, but a lot of you have this already. All right. Let me go to my Instagram and show you what it is. And a lot of us have this already on our Instagram. So, but I just want to reiterate how important it is and what we have. You see how I have Chip DC event and brand photographer. I used to just have Chip Dizard, but now I put this up here. Now you can take your name out totally. I just didn't want to take my name out because it's part of my brand. So I put Chip / DC event and brand photographer. If I were Katrina or somebody, I would say boudoir, Detroit boudoir photographer, and then I would keep my username. So you know how to change this. Is under edit profile, and then we go under edit profile. You can change not 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 this as much, but you change your I can't do it here. I have to do it on my phone, but you can change this name. Right now, Instagram does not have anything right now verifying for our for this bio. It's not optimized yet, but they're going to plan to do it. I'm quite sure that's in the work, so that's going to be one of the things to do. All right, so I want to make sure that you all have that. And I'm going to answer a few questions I see coming in, and I want to make sure that I have that. So your caption, okay, your captions first. So detail of what you do in the first line, what this post is in the first line, okay? All right, or what it's about. I like reels, and I like not I like. I found that reels and the carousels work better. Now carousels take a long time to do. Trust me, I don't do a lot of them, and even reels take a long. The reel that I have up there now, I had somebody edit it because I started it, but just too much. So you got to put some time into this stuff. Okay, so we said captions. We said the comments. Okay, that's how you get it. We said your name. The third thing, your name. All right. So if you're, an event photographer, if you're something like that, hey Eric, seeing you up here. So, all right. So just not your name, but it can be your name or take your name out and shows what you do. So when you show up, all right. Then the fourth thing is what you're saying in the video. So I'm in the talking head. I have it captions with on me, right? As a talking head, I have the captions, and then I'm talking about headshots again, and then I'm showing it. All right. There's a funny thing about it too that I just learned. The guy was doing. He's an Instagram trainer. I was watching his YouTube channel. This guy's name is Brock Johnson. I was watching YouTube channel, and he gave a post about 31 post ideas in July. But he had a shirt on that says something like I have this shirt on that says next. This is like a men's ministry or something like that. It's a men's ministry shirt. If I'm doing a reel, and this is information I had no clue what to do. If I'm doing a reel, or doing something where I'm talking to the camera, try to wear clothing that doesn't have any text on it. Or if you do, cover it up like this or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because what happens, and what's happened to him, is that Instagram they don't listen, the algorithm doesn't listen to the whole thing. They take screen grabs of your photo or your video. And he had a photo he had a shirt on that talked about fishing. So when you went to search, he was talking about 31 content ideas for July, but he had a fishing shirt on there, and under the search, it said something about fishing. You understand what I'm saying? So they pay attention to the algorithm pays attention to the shirt. Say if I'm wearing like a University of Maryland shirt, or where my daughter goes, or LSU, Louisiana State University shirt, or whatever, it may think that I'm talking about LSU. For better or for worse, I don't quote me on it, but trust me, if you see stuff that go on someone's page that you think is supposed to be about one thing, and then the search is about something else. So be cognizant about what graphics and stuff you have. If I'm doing a reel, I would never wear this shirt. I wear a plain shirt. Doesn't matter what color, just nothing with writing on it. Okay. All right. I hope that makes sense. Thanks, Warren. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad you like this live. Okay, share it with somebody if this is helpful. Warren, share this with somebody. Okay, Vince, he asked me on YouTube, what's a good strategy to come up with to capture with a caption that speaks to content. I think that you meant caption that speaks to content you're posting. Okay, all right. Your tire affects the algorithms. Yeah, I'm talking about writing on your shirt. See, this is a shirt right here that's talking about like church stuff, right? It's a men's ministry shirt I got. I wouldn't wear this. I'm wearing something that's no writing on it. Okay, all right. That's just a pro tip. You'll probably never hear that from anybody else, but trust me, if you try it, watch what will happen. Okay, all right. So captions. Hey Cheryl, thank you for that. All right, I'm glad you're here. All right. So what I want to make sure that you're hearing this stuff because this is very important. I'm deliberately taking my time on this to make sure that you get this because it just happened. All right. So capture content and stuff you're posting. All right. So for instance, Vincent, say I know I want to do more event videography. Okay, event and corporate videography. I'm just giving an example for myself. Or actually, I'll use Cheryl. Actually, let me use Cheryl. Cheryl is a planner friend of mine. Um, you can use Chat GPT to get captions. You surely can. You and get ideas. But, of course, but I still would finesse it a little bit. I'm not going to go to Chat GPT and copy point blank on there. Okay, that's just not a good idea for anything. All right, AI powered text, just finesse it. Just rewrite it, rearrange some words, do what you have to do for it. All right. All right, so let's say I'm Cheryl and I'm a planner and I have a business in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area, and I want more, I don't know, South. I want, let's say I did a South Asian wedding, all right? And let's say I did one, all right? So what I would do, I would write, not a reel, I would probably do a carousel about 10 reasons why, or 5 reasons. I'm just throwing that number there. And this is just off the top of my head. 5 reasons why South Asian wedding decor are important, if I'm a decor person, or why you need a planner for your South Asian wedding. Okay, why you need an experience planner. That's better. That's like a long tail keyword, an experience planner for your South Asian wedding. Okay, 5 reasons you need an experienced planner. Because everybody may say you need a planner, but when you put a qualifier on that, so that's another thing I want you to think about. When you think of the words, I don't want you to just say, hey, I'm an event photographer, I'm a planner, I'm in the DC area. You need a experience DC or experience Atlanta South Asian wedding planner. You see how that drills down deeper than just experience planner, okay? Or West African or whatever you have. You know what I mean? Um, for me, it could be a vow renewal, okay? I just want to make sure you drill down into that to what you really want. So if I'm in low country, for instance, in South Carolina, if I'm in low country in Charleston and on a place not Charleston, but if I'm down in Hilton Head and all that stuff, okay, I am your vacation photographer. I am your destination low country vacation photographer. Hear what I said? Destination low country photographer, experienced destination, low country photographer. Why you need that, and then create content from there. All right, does that help? Does that help? I'm not sure, Latanya, about Brandon with your logo on it. I'm not trying it, so I'm not trusting it because I saw what happened to the guy. And if let's say if your business has your name on it, if I'm talking about headshots and it has Chip Desart Studios, that's great. But I wanted to stick on headshots, so I'm not sure. I'm just proceeding with caution. I'm not wearing. If I'm doing a reel, if I'm talking to the camera, you're gonna see my face, or I'm gonna have a shirt that has no writing on it. I wouldn't wear this shirt. Okay, I would just change. That's just me because I saw what happened to the other guy. That's the only thing. It wasn't a deal breaker. It wasn't a deal breaker. Israel still did well. It's just that when you went to search, it went to something else. And I have to link that in the notes. Okay. Does that help a lot, Cheryl? Vanessa, this is helpful. Okay, I want to make sure this is helpful for people. Okay, everybody says it's helpful a lot. So again, we're gonna go through this again, and I'll be on here answering questions. Our captions are first, right, Cheryl? All right, we got to get our captions together, and we need to put as much detail in those captions as possible. So I'm going to go to Chat GPT, give me ideas for South Asian or whatever niche that you want. Okay, your target market that you want. Give me carousel ideas. Okay, that's why I love ChatGPT. So I'm gonna put in ChatGPT right now. ChatGPT, um, give me carousel ideas. And let's look at my chat GPT. Let's go right here and look at it right now. All right. So let's say give uh, give me IG Carol. I can't spell carousel. Carousel. Ideas for a wedding planner in the DC, Maryland area who wants to market to South Asian South Asian brides. Make it SEO friendly titles. All right, it's not great English that I'm doing here. Titles, and then I'm going to do that. And here's some carousel ideas. Um, Top South Asian wedding venues, South Asian wedding traditions. Every planner should know your South Asian wedding timeline, what to book, stunning South Asian decor, how to blend traditional for your South Asian wedding, DMV vendors that they love. Okay, start here. All right. All right. Wedding planner essential. I love this one right here. What makes a South Asian wedding planner? I will put even another qualifier: experience. Keywords: South Asian wedding planner, DC ending wedding, Indian wedding coordinator expert. Color palettes. Oh, I love this. This is always a good one. This shows that you're an expert. Okay. So these are things that you can get ideas. Slide 2 through 10. Look at all this stuff. I mean, it's here, right here. I just did that. So you can do that for your niche. Okay. Does this make sense? I want to make sure what I just typed in makes sense. All right, it gives you ideas. So when you're sitting there stuck, you should be able to go to Chat GPT to get ideas, and then you finesse the ideas from there. All right. All right. I just want to make sure. Hey, Amani, what's going on, buddy? Just want to make sure that makes sense. So you get. I just use South Asia, but it can be anything. It can be, you know, you know, why I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there like that. All right. So we have the captions, we have the comments, we have what you say, we have what you wear for SEO. Okay. And then the last thing I want to make sure is that the audio. When I say audio, I'm talking about what you're talking about. Okay. Now I'm not talking about background audio and all the background audio, music and things like that. What you're saying matches what your caption is. All right. All right. So everything is in alignment. We should be better from there with that. So I just want to make sure any questions um, um, that we have for this. So it's the future. So it's happening and it's happening right now. So I want to make sure that you have. One of the things is that with AI, just do what you've been doing. People are like, oh, AI is going to affect it and it's going to do that. Just if you're getting information that's helpful to people, instead of just posting pretty pictures and videos and hoping people see it, good luck with that. You know, I want you to have content that's helpful to people, and when it's helpful to people, they're going to click on it. Okay, they're going to click on it. So I just want to make sure that it's helpful to people and what this means. Okay, I want to make sure any questions. I'm looking in the chat before I end this. I got about 15 more minutes, and with Instagram SEO. And it's just like anything else. I want to make sure that you have your keywords. You can research those kind of things and your captions. Reels work, and they don't have to be highly produced reels. It can just be you talking to a camera. All right. It's helpful if it has captions on the reels when you're talking. It's helpful. It's very helpful because people are having their stuff on mute. So that's helpful. But I want to make sure that the stuff that you have can go from there. All right. Let me go to the chat to see if any other questions that we have. It says it's very helpful. We all need to. Okay. I just want to make sure that we have that. So they're indexing um, the content. We know that. We all know that. So the whole SEO game. So IG posts. So And I'm going to just even go to what some other people said, so you know it's just not me talking about it. It's me actually talking about the SEO game. And let me just show you just another slide, just so you know that this is not a game. It's not something that I'm just making up. And how they updated the SEO game and what they're saying that beginning July 10th, what I said. Okay, so this is not coming from me. Your content can now reach audience beyond the app. IG posts should be optimized like a blog. It's a low-cost way to improve discoverability without ads. Think bigger than likes. Think search results. And that's what I did. I don't care about the likes and anything like that. I'm thinking about results. What I just told you. Oh, there's another thing I did miss. Make alt text for your visuals. That's another thing you do. As a treat high performing content like evergreen assets, make sure your account is public and business classified. I said all of that stuff to you in this live. So, all right. So, those are the things that people are saying. Those are the things that it matters and what you can do now. And we talked about this, we talked about that evergreen, and we talked about all of that stuff. So, you can trust me and verify me if you go on and search Instagram SEO. You can see all of this stuff is being said all over Instagram by many people, and it works. So when you're thinking about posting, think about from a strategic way of, yeah, you can post some stuff. Like I post some stuff for kicks and giggles just for that. Like, but if I'm trying to move the needle, I'm going to put some time into it. I'm going to put some effort into it. So it can be less posting. Remember, they used to tell us post 3 times a week or 4 times a week. It can be less, but it can be more strategic and focused on what you need. All right. Hopefully that is helpful. Just want to say any other questions here. I have people here about that. But yeah, that is one of the things that people are really, really looking at. Instagram SEO, reels, photos, and videos. And yeah, yep, big shift. All right. If your IG is inactive, all brand not optimized, you know, so keyword smart. So yep. Everybody's talking about it, but I want to make sure that you have it, that you can have a you can have a jump start on that. So those are the 4 things. Remember, let's do the captions. Let's think about what we're doing. Let's use ChatGPT smartly to get ideas. And then once we get those ideas, let's finesse them. Let's make sure that they're in the right area. Let's make sure that we're wearing the right clothing. Let's make sure that we're doing things. And the app is called Edits. I like it. It has a teleprompter built right in it. You got no reason not to. Okay, as a teleprompter. If you haven't used the app Edits, I love CapCut now. Now I love CapCut, but Edits is it's starting to become a really good competitor to CapCut. All right, and it's free. CapCut is free too, but the free version is not worth too much. You really need a paid version to really get the stuff out of CapCut. But they have a teleprompter. You can copy and paste your stuff right in your phone, have a stand for your phone, read what you need to do, be in your car. Doesn't need to be highly produced. I'm serious. The probably if stuff is not highly produced, it may even get more reach. But let's just make sure that we give value first. Of course, you have the entertainment if you want to do that, but let's get value first and go from there. All right. So I think would you go back to previous post time? Okay, let's see. Would you go back to reception? Would you go back to reception? Previous post time well recaption. Okay, time well spent. All right, let's see what we have right here. All right, let me go back to that previous post so you can see that this is someone else's post that I looked at. So it's not mine, but they're just verifying what I was saying, okay? The SEO game. All right. All right. What is matters. Okay, your content now reaches audiences. Think bigger than likes, and then here are the things that is saying what you can do now. What you can do now. Write alt text. Treat high performing content like evergreen assets. Of course, public. All right. All right. And this is what they're doing. If your business shares educational, you can now drive it. Yep. You can now drive stuff from 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 Instagram. Hopefully this is helpful. You can screenshot that stuff. Have edits. Yeah, edits is good. The latest version of edits is actually pretty good. It is. I don't know it as well, but I'm trying some things with it. And like the teleprompter feature is built in it. It used to be a separate app that I used to use for that, and you could just look at the thing and read the stuff instead of trying to mumble and do the stuff and record right in the edits app. So it's one of the things that you can do. So yeah, just try it out. Try it out. I'm a CapCut guy, but I may be moving to edits real soon. I'm not sure. I am not sure. I need to check that out. All right, any other questions? I got about 10 minutes left here of what I said and how you can do this. Um, this news is not new news, but it's news that I want to make sure that you can do. All right, because this summer we're going to see more and more Instagram reels. We already see it in TikTok. We already see it in TikTok with search results, but I want to make sure that you are on top of this and you can get everything you need. All right, so we got 5 more minutes here left. And any other questions? Let me just check. And I appreciate you all for coming on. Okay, sorry to clarify. Should we go back and recapture our previous Instagram posts? I wouldn't say that. No, I just do it going forward. I mean, if you want to, I have no evidence. I'm not going to go and recapture my post personally. I'm not going back, but I know some people are. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm doing things going forward. Okay, going forward, and I don't want you to overthink this and this we get analysis paralysis by analysis. I'm not going back and recapturing 15 posts. Um, it's not a good use of my time. You understand what I'm saying? I'd rather create new content the right way and just archive the old stuff I don't want. That's me. Less is more. So I'm going back to archive old stuff that doesn't serve me anymore and archive that I can just archive, not delete it, and just do new stuff. So that's what I would do. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. It doesn't serve me to go back and recapture. Now, what I will say you could do, here's another strategy, and this has nothing to do with SEO, is that if you have a high performing reel, I would do something called a trial reel. And this is work for me. Now, this is not an SEO post, this is more of an engagement post. A trial reel, like I go to my reel that had the most engagement. I don't even care if it was like 3 weeks ago. I would go back and I would just make it as a trial reel. No, make it public. I download that reel and make it as a trial reel. And new people will start to find you, your most engaging reel. You can use the same caption if you want. You can download it and go from there. This happened to me. And people are like, I don't want to have something I just saw on my feed. Nobody who really looks at your feed like that. Really? I think we care about ourselves, our stuff too much on this Instagram app than people really care to see. So, but I wouldn't waste your time personally going back and recapture stuff. If it's a high performing reel, I would do a trial reel. I don't do trial reels as trials because that's a waste of time. That doesn't do anything. I'm just telling you what works and what other people have said and what has worked. Okay. Facebook with reels, no. Facebook is a whole nother situation. I'm just talking about Instagram right now. Um, Facebook reels are cool. It's just an older audience, but I don't have too much evidence on SEO with Facebook yet. I just have evidence with Instagram right now. I can't really speak on that, so I can't really speak on that. So, yep, and this is great. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. All right, so if you have that, you have my information at Chip Dizard. All right, just tell people on Instagram stories that you're on this live stream that was valuable, or if you're on Facebook, or if you're on wherever, YouTube, watching this. I appreciate you. I'm going to go. It's 2:05, and I think that's the last question we have. Thank you, Latanya, and I'm glad you're here. And you take care. Have a great weekend, and let's get some business, and let's GSD, get stuff done. Peace.